We are here with, I guess, the last King of Scotland and the man who many are saying is the next King of Scotland, Josh Taylor, Nathaniel Collins. How are we, fellas?
Great. It's been a rough couple of weeks for myself, obviously announcing my retirement due to the injury in my eye, but I'm kind of over that now. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting in amongst and cheering on the next wave coming through, and this man's leading the way. So, I'm looking forward to seeing how he progresses and getting at the back of him and supporting him.
I guess that's one thing that you have done is spearheaded a bit of a return now to Scotland. That must be something that you're proud of.
Yeah, absolutely, because as I was coming through, there was obviously Ricky Burns. There's only ever been one fighter every so often to come through, and when I come through, I was able to provide all the nights up in Scotland here. I was always getting asked if I wanted to fight in London or here or there. I was in Scotland or in Glasgow, and that way the fighters that are on the undercard, most of them were Scottish, and they could get a chance to sort of showcase their skills on a big stage, which is an opportunity that we get kind of starved of up here. Mostly the fighters are having to go on the road and fight down south on undercards and stuff. So every time I had a chance to have a fight, I'd try and make sure that it was in Scotland. So then the lads on the undercard, the Scottish lads would get the first dibs for a change. So I was very proud that I was able to provide that and give the lads an opportunity to showcase their skills.
And that's great for you, Nathaniel. I mean, Josh has kind of brought it back. You've been coming up sort of on the undercards and now ready to take the torch, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's obviously a shame for Josh that what's happened to his eye and he's retired and stuff, but his pain is my pleasure. Because I'm getting this opportunity now, but like you're saying, he spearheaded with that last one there, like, this probably would never have been talked about if that wasn't such a success. Like, I would never have been in this position. And the boys upstairs, like, it's great because I'm getting the chance to now be the part of this, headlining the show. And there's guys like Willie Hutchison and all that underneath me, which is mad to me because I'm just a guy. I've trained with him at Scotland training. He's just like, these are all just my mates, but then they're looking up to you, it's crazy.
What did you admire from Josh's career?
Honestly, I just think he was one of the most skillful southpaws I ever used to see, and I used to think, like, see the speed and the accuracy of his punches. I always thought if I could box like somebody, I would box like Josh. Unfortunately, I'm not as good as Josh.
Yeah, but you're just getting started, and there's every chance you can't reach. There's no reason why you can't reach the levels of becoming an undisputed world champion. I mean, if I can do it, there's any chance anybody can do it. All you've got to do is, I don't really need to tell you because you live the life. I've seen how you train, I see how you apply yourself. You're even out in between fights, you're out and doing all these mad runs around this country running, and he's in some shape, so you don't need to worry about him living the life. That's all you need. All you need to really do is focus on improving as yourself as an athlete, taking yourself away from your own comforts. Maybe take yourself over to America for 4 or 5 weeks and go about the gyms, get a little bit of sparring, a little bit of coaching with different coaches, and just pick up bits of experience for different fighters and different styles, and you'll develop. And I think that was why I developed so well, is because I was so well travelled as an amateur, seeing all these different styles and ways of coming at you. But then as a pro as well, I had great development as sparring all different around the country, all around the place, and going to different countries and sparring. So that's the only bit of advice I could give you. You do everything else great. The only bit of advice I would say is don't be afraid to travel and go and experience different parts of the world for more experience for your benefit. So, but I know you're a smart guy, so he lives the life. He's fit. Every time you watch or follow him on the Instagram and all that, and he's just always training and doing all these mad runs and everything. So that side of things you don't need to worry about. The only thing is just applying yourself, and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and go out to different places and learn and develop.
Do you think you can go all the way?
Absolutely. I've seen his talents. I've saw him firsthand in the gym sparring. I've saw the way, obviously, as I just explained, he lives the life as an athlete, and he's definitely got the talent. So there's absolutely no reason why. that he can't. You know, obviously there's dominoes that have got to fall in your favour, but it's kind of wide open for him. So I believe he can go and do it, and he definitely can do it. He's got the talent to do it for sure. So I don't see there's any reason why not.
Must be good to hear.
This is a nice ego booster. It's funny because she's having somebody like that talk about you in that way, or like I just don't know how to say it without sounding like an idiot, but like I'm like the most kind of down to earth, or like I just get on about my business, and like see having like great boxers and great, you know, people have done great things in sport, or even upstairs, like having people come to see me, and sometimes I go to the gym and people like, or I'm in the sauna or whatever, and people like, why are you in the sauna, as if I wouldn't be there? And I'm like, I'm just a guy, and I'm just a normal guy. So see, having people say nice things about me, like, I don't know how to react to it, because I'm like, whoa.
That's the best attitude to have, because I was kind of the same. I was kind of couldn't take compliments too well. I got all red faced and things like that, and that's the best attitude to have. Don't let it get to here and go above your station and get all big headed. But I know you're not like that anyway. You keep the head down. You kind of, I don't really know you that well, but I know you well enough to, you're not that kind of guy to, when you get compliments, let it go to your head. And he's not that kind of guy. I know he likes to go about his business quietly and lives a life. And when you do get the praise and do get the compliments, you kind of blush. I used to kind of blush and get a red face and say, oh, thank you very much. And I think he's kind of got that as well. So I think that's a good sign that he's going to remain grounded and remain focused, which is probably, I think, the most important part of all.
You're sitting there blushing, Nathaniel.
I know, he's saying more nice things about me. No, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Like, I want to be in that position up there, but I still want to be the guy that's like, I'm just everybody's mate, and that's just how it is. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm this guy and I'm that guy walking about.
I don't then, because people want to see you get beat, and people,
yeah,
you're going to get that anyway, because you're going to get, the more successful you come, you're going to get people hating on you anyway and say, I want to get him get beat and stuff. You're going to get that anyway, but just keep yourself grounded and true to yourself. And I know you are anyway. I know that's what he's like anyway. He's kind of just down to the earth and doesn't see himself as Nathaniel Collins and the next one coming through. He's focused on becoming world champion, and that's all that matters to him. And you can see it when you talk to him, and I've seen him about all the shows when we went to the ones at Liverpool and all that.
Yeah.
And he's always very focused, and that's all you need to keep focused, remain on that track. You'll be fine.
You see some of yourself in him?
A little bits in terms of his dedication and his drive. His drive and his focus. He's kind of tunnel visioned, into the single track minded, and then that's what you need to be the top. And I think that's what he's got that in abundance. So, and along with the confidence as well, he's got that too as well. So that's what you need.
This is brilliant. We should do this more often.
Listen, we'll do it.
Do you know what? This just came in my head there because we were talking about it, because you're saying just see a bit of yourself in him. But I think like 5 or 6 years ago, there was a MTK show in the Emirates, and I remember being like, there was like an after party and stuff after it, and it's just came back to me there. But I seen Josh. I don't drink anymore, but I was drinking then, and I was up to him and I was like, I don't even know who you were with. I was like, get up him. I'm the best southpaw. I'm the best southpaw in the world. You know that. Like, get up him. He's probably like, who's this wee guy? Get away from me. So
And that's the attitude that you need. That's how you've got to believe you're the best before you're prove to you're the best. You've got to know, in your own mind, you're the best in the world. And that's how you got to.
Definitely.
And that's what I thought when I was coming through. I'm the best. I'm going to be world champion. I was already a world champion in here, and that's what matters. But as long as you keep focused and don't let all the outside distractions take you away, because that will come.
What do you admire about Josh? He's said a lot of nice things about you. What do you admire about this guy that's kind of paved the way here?
I think Josh has got a brilliant character. I really respect that everything he stands for and stands by is his own views and his own opinions, and he's not like a media managed kind of guy. Like, he's like me, he's just a normal guy, and whatever he's saying and, you know, talking about, he means and does, and like, he's never kind of devalued himself or degraded himself to get into any position. Like, he's he's just like his integrity's there, and that's always took him. So no matter, like he says, when he get to the top, it didn't matter if people wanted to see him win, wanted to see him lose. Like, he just stood by his values and his things. You know, everybody can look at him and think he's the best boxer in the world, or he's the best fighter, or the skill set he has and that, but we all know that, we can all see that. But as a person, it takes a lot to be in that position in the limelight and then not crumble under the pressure, not crumble under what people think you should behave like. And I think he's always stayed true to that, you know, and that's pretty inspirational, because no, you don't need to bend to what this media company's saying. You don't need to bend to what they're saying. Like, I'll still make it and I'll still do it no matter what somebody's forcing me to try and say and do. So
Listen, for me, like, I always felt a little bit of pressure, but I didn't really listen to it because I hadn't proved myself yet. I hadn't proved myself at world level yet, even though I knew in my own head I was a world champion in waiting. You know, I just had to go out and prove it and stay focused. I never listened to the outside noise. I was always very tunnel visioned and just didn't pay attention to any. I just always kept focused on what I was doing. And I think that's probably one of the main reasons how I ended up having the success I did. Even when I become world champion, I was back in the gym like 3 weeks later and saying, right, what's next? Are we going to get the next one? We're going to reunify now and all that. It was always what's next, what's next, what's next. Always having that hunger to improve and keep progressing. So the only bit of advice really I've got for you is don't listen to the outside noise. Just stay true to yourself and stay true to people that are in the game and listen to people. And if I'm here, I can never give you any bit of advice. If you ever want a bit of advice, I can give you any bit of advice. Whatever time you've got questions for how do you do this or how do you deal with that, I can only give you my advice. But yeah, just stay true to yourself. But I know he will. I know he is, and I know he is because I've spent a bit of time with him. As I say, I follow him on social media, and he lives the life of the athlete. So there's absolutely no reason why you can't.
Nathaniel, it's over to you now. It sounds like it's your time, my friend.
yeah, you know what, I'm buzzing, and you know, at risk of sounding like poor us or poor me, is I need to do the best I can do for Scotland and for the boys, because like he's saying, there's always one guy coming through, one guy coming through, one guy coming through, but this place has got millions of talent, millions of talent. And again, I don't want to sound like the victims, but sometimes we don't get the chance to showcase it, and sometimes we don't get the chance to, you know, have the platforms. And this is the time when the ball starts rolling, you can't let it stop again. It needs to keep rolling and keep rolling, keep rolling. And I'm going to do my job, and hopefully all the boys up there are going to do their job, and we can keep that ball, keep it growing and growing. And I do think we are better than most. And that's just my opinion.
I think so too.